Welcome to the first episode of Customs, and no, it's nothing to do with travel. This is a series where I check out some of the custom figures that I've made in 1/6 scale. And today we're going to check out the Death Star Trooper. So coming in a little closer, you can see some of the features of this are the helmet, the gun, the leather belt with the little attachments, and the uniform itself. And generally when I make a 1/6 scale figure, I usually give myself a little budget, and I try not to go outside of that budget, so I don't spend too much on the parts. But I really wanted to get this head sculpt. I really like this. This is like some kind of German soldier head sculpt for typical 1/6 scale soldiers. And I just thought it kind of fit the bill. It had that kind of feeling to it of an Imperial officer, but also it has that kind of level of quality and detail that Hot Toys have. And if you look at the gun I've straightened out using some hot water. Let me try and focus there. Actually, let me try and turn this around. Bear with me, because he's not the best at balancing, so he could possibly fall over. There we go. So the gun was like a really cheap plastic Hasbro gun from years ago, and what I did was I weathered it and painted it, and I straightened out the plastic using some hot water, and it came out pretty well actually. It is the accurate gun that they have, at least in one movie. And the helmet, let's take a look at the helmet. Let's turn him back around. Oh, he's getting all spun around here. There we go. So the helmet also came with the same Hasbro figure. I had to buy that as the base, but I've painted the helmet because the helmet, well, it seems the universe has given me an opportunity to show you a little bit more of the head sculpt now that the helmet has completely vanished. I'm just kidding. I'll show you the helmet in a second, but I thought this head sculpt's pretty cool now that you can see him without the helmet. And let's check out the helmet itself. Well, Mr. Helmet did take a little bit of a tumble there, so perhaps it's best if we don't move the figure and move the camera around the helmet instead. It is quite a hardy plastic, I have to say that. It's not like your soft plastics that you get these days, but that's probably because it was made years ago as part of the 1/6 scale Hasbro figure. And I'll just show an image of that on the screen now. This is kind of basically what I started with. I used the gun, the helmet, and the actual clothing for this figure from the original Hasbro figure. And like I said, I painted the helmet to make it a lot more shinier, a lot more realistic looking, and the gun. And it all comes together quite nicely. Although I have noticed that his arm is a little bit astray there, so I'm going to fix that and show you some more details. So the suit that came with the Hasbro figure is actually pretty good. It's well tailored, it has some pockets, and it just is pretty right, but unfortunately the top part I had to customize quite a bit. I had to sew it and tuck things in, and if you look carefully you can see that little insignia there, Imperial insignia, which I quite like. But yeah, it just was not form-fitting at all. As you can probably tell from the picture I showed you of the original, it was just this big frumpy thing, and the sleeves are really short. So one of the ways around that is I made long gloves. And these gloves are quite interesting because they're made from regular gloves that I bought, and the top part there is actually made from half a boot. So I found some small boots on eBay, and I cut the feet off and just used the ankle-y parts and glued them onto the guns. What am I talking about? Glued them onto the gloves, and then I painted them all so that the paint would actually match the helmet. So you can see that when you see the glove there next to the helmet. Originally they were kind of matte, and if you look at one of my old shorts you'll see that, but I just kind of preferred it like that. But moving on to the belt. So the belt I made myself out of leather. I just cut it, measured it, and then I made, sorry about the camera shake, I made these on either side separately and painted them. And then this was the belt buckle from the original, because I tried so hard to make a belt buckle, but it just didn't look right at all. I'm just going to come around the side here. I don't want to move him too much because he's just going to fall over again. There we go. Okay, so I also designed this little gun holster based on the Stormtrooper gun holsters that come with Hot Toys, because they're the same ones that they actually used in the movie for this character. So yeah, that's kind of how everything came together. And then the boots are just some army boots I bought on eBay as well. I pretty much bought most things I needed for this on eBay or AliExpress. But I just wanted to show you guys this because I thought it was interesting, and you know, not everybody has a Death Star Trooper in their collection, and I know that Hot Toys is going to come out with one soon, which will be really cool, and obviously it's going to replace this one for me, but until then I thought this would be interesting to take a look at. So thank you very much for watching, guys. Please subscribe for more videos, and I hope you have a great day.